And we're live. Brilliant. Well, welcome to your October newsletter. For those that are on my mailing list and part of my subscribers. So October for me has been about balancing. We think of it as a scales. So I just get that image in my mind of the whole Libra balancing scales. I've been working with these alignments that I've been doing. For those of you who are not aware, every day I do an alignment where I follow in synchronization with 3,000-4,000 people all at the same time. We're all working with the tools to transform ourselves, to look at the world from different perspectives, to be able to look at ourselves from different perspectives and evaluate what it is we want. So I've been doing what we call the inner work. So I have, for example, my delay. I'm probably on about the 5th journal at the moment, journaling daily. Which reminds me, I have a gratitude journaling workshop coming up. I think it's on the 19th. I'll have to check. If you go to my Facebook page, the events are all up on there. Next week, I have a new moon magic making manifesting workshop if you're interested in coming along. So each day we do a different chakra with regards to this and myself and what I'm doing for me personally, to give you some background. And I've been making notes. We are doing this with sound and alignments, which is a bit like if you've ever heard of a Reiki attunement, but an attunement that's like a year long, that I've committed for myself to do that, to be my most authentic self. If I'm asking people to do the same, then I can only do that for myself too. To evaluate every aspect of myself and what I want to be and who I want to be. So that's what that's about, in case you're wondering when I mention the alignments and why on a meditation Mondays, the Q&A, which is in the Zoom, has been suspended. Although I'm thinking I can reinstate that now it's done in the day, where you can come along and be part of the group when we do the meditations. But they're done and recorded every Monday like this, streamed live on my YouTube channel. So if you go to Eventbrite, they're free and you can sign up. If you're part of the mailing list, you should get that anyway. A link, I should start sending them on a Monday and just coming through, and it'll say Meditation Monday anyway. So you've got the link when it's been streamed and you can see that and click. But please, if you like and subscribe to my channel, it'll let you know when I'm live then. And as a way of helping me, any of the videos, because of the algorithms I've been learning this week, if you like any of my lives or any of my videos that come up on my Facebook or on Instagram or even on YouTube, that helps the algorithms to show that video to more people. So any thumbs up on my videos would be really, really helpful. That would be what I'd ask. That would be really helpful. If you could do that for me, that would be brilliant. So yeah, October. I have a little thing I want to read to you. October 10th today. It's a power day, 10:10, and I went live at 10. It's just about to be 11 o'clock now. Still feeling that vibing energy, as I said earlier. So, life never takes anything from you without replacing it with something better. Pay attention to pay attention to your experiences. They are revealing that you should make room for more blessings. If you are being shown that you should walk away from something or someone, run. It is a lesson steering you in the direction of your unlimited possibilities. You are worthy, you are enough, and you are destined for more. And that was from Commanding and Living Life on Instagram, and I thought that's appropriate. it's just all the vibes that are coming up. And there was a few other bits, but lost needs to talk about the aspects this month and energies. It is definitely about the resetting and rebalancing of our life. So that might mean that things that come up that trigger us or that we find a challenge this month will be the things and places that need rebalancing, that resetting. Maybe we're spending too much time in one area, we're not spending some, overlooking other stuff. It has a way of, well, the planet itself is globally resetting and shifting. We've got, as I think I mentioned in September, that the Northern Hemisphere, we are going into our autumn. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you're going into the spring. So that's that new growth, new season. Whereas for us in the Northern Hemisphere, it's that now the nights are starting to get shorter, the days are getting shorter, sorry, the nights are drawing in. So the weather's shifting. We can feel the winds of change, as I always feel it, and it's been picking up, and the raining more, less sunny, the beautiful sunny autumn days we've had as well. So really loving this time of year. It's actually my favourite time of year. It's the time that we evaluate and we think about. It has Halloween, which for those of you that know me, as I love the Wiccan and the Samhain, is the Witch's New Year. It's the reset. It's the time that we take stock of everything we've achieved throughout the year. And I'm happy to say I have my own little achievements to share with you. I was featured in Fit for Businesses magazine link, which I shall put into the newsletter, so you'll be able to see that link. I have my new t-shirt up, Create the Life That You Dreamed Of, and a whole new load of designs going to be going up on my on Etsy page, so you can instantly download, as I've said I think in the previous past newsletters, the packs, and the new other packs will be coming out. There'll be a Halloween one, there's some kids ones that I'm quite excited about, a wedding one, and the fitness one for those of you. Hopefully be collaborating with a colour stylist on that one, so there'll be some lovely added bits to that you can buy independently or the whole pack. So lots of things happening, and I thought back at, we've got series 2, Wellness Wednesday. I was busy throughout lockdown and over lockdown recording that and the bite-sized bits for which you had a taster of earlier, I believe a few months ago, of Lizzie's little bite-sized version of our season 1. Came back to do little extracts of how they thought and how you could deal with the lockdown, or their take on the summer season. So some of those, the videos, because they were recorded in the summer, they're probably relevant for the Southern Hemisphere now, coming into your summer as we're coming into our winter, but in the Northern Hemisphere not so much. However, they will be up and editing. I've been taking my time going through and editing. That was a vastly more than I expected, I have to be honest. So, and as I do all my own editing and graphics and stuff myself, there is just me, it's taken me longer than I had expected. Patreon site, as you know, is up, and the members, you are able to register. I was trying to encourage this. As yet, I have no founding members. That's not to say that there won't be. I'm really looking forward to sharing those things with you, and all of the things that I'm putting in there, the content that I'm creating, including, now I've recorded the first one, the kids meditation for sleep, which is what I've done with my son, with EFT and tapping, and our own like intuitive version of that as well. I've kind of combined that with what I do for a little sleep meditation, because someone asked me to do that, so that will be on there. So this month you've got Lots, the meditation next week for the full moon, so manifesting, which I will do a vision board workshop in. That will be up there. So if it's the cheapest way of buying those events is to become a patron member, because you get it kind of for half the price plus all of the other meditations that are in there and everything that I'm popping on there that I do, including a look at the drawings. And I will show you one. Actually, I'll show one now. For this month, excitingly so, which was what I was loving, because of the alignments we've been working last month with Virgo, we were working with the mind and analysing ourselves. We're doing expressing ourselves this month, which for me was a great way to rebalance. So I have been doing sketching, because we have to have do a drawing each day. So I'm going to give you a couple of these ones. I managed to actually do it. It's upside down on that page. This was light and darkness, and the other has a story behind, which I'm actually going to share with you guys on my newsletter. So this image here is a woman. She's meant to be underwater. That's not meant to be sky, though. It does look a little bit like sky. You may or you may not know, all the little sketches are falling out. Many years ago, I had a dream. I had a dream of a woman drowning in an ancient civilization when I was about 16 years old. She was saying to me at the time in this dream, that was then, this is now, it's not your time to die. And after seeing the waters flood up and over her, drowning her, this ethereal figure said back to me this: for in that dream I'd seen myself arguing with my partner, and how he was telling me, why can't we leave? Why do you have to stay here? And we were in the knowledge that I knew, or she knew, that what was coming and what was there, what was to come, had to be. And I said to him, because it was my path, it was my destiny. And that's that word, destiny and intuition. It's to talk about this month. So it fast forwarded 6 months, and then I'm seeing her drowning. And I didn't really think much of it at the time, but it used to be a reoccurring dream that had really strong meanings and sparked all of my interest that some of you might know that I have, especially in my artwork, of the theme of the flood and Atlantis. So I love looking at ancient cultures and ancient civilizations. It's something that I find of great interest. That dream made me look up the meaning and the symbolism of flooding and overwhelming. At the time, I thought it was being overwhelmed by emotions, but it was significant to what was happening in my life. Since then, I've had many dreams of that apparition, or that life, or that whatever you want to call it. I choose to think of it as tapping into an impression of a time, of a soul, maybe not mine, in the greater scheme of things. And when things started to change at the beginning of the year, I had a very similar feeling and a very connective feeling with that again. Since then, I've seen myself being pulled out of the water, whilst in the distance eruptions happening in another lifetime. Those eruptions felt like they were in a different time, maybe a different light. But what I felt in that knowing was that I was thankful for living, however, and being rescued and being pulled and dragged onto this ship. Really blessed that I stayed and did what I was meant to do. And part of that was, when I looked back, it looked like we were almost trying to hold back the flood. We were standing in a temple, trying to stand in meditation together, linked. And I thought, because I didn't have the same understanding as I do now, that we were trying to stop the flood from happening. I don't see that as being the case. I see it now more as being holding the vibration as long as possible, holding that synchronized, like I'm doing in meditation with these alignments, holding to a intention of a world. And that's why it's being shown to me now from higher self, whether that's that dream, that subconscious, however you choose to see that, past life of another time. I have many very, very similar rememberings, beautiful experiences, beautiful imaginings of temples and worshipping and in being in the same space, which I really strongly resonate with, especially now with what I do. So more recently, if you're on my Authentic Me community, you know that I had, whilst in the shower, a waking dream of a young girl in it looked like Chile or Antigua and Argentina, on a beach, and the water just jumping, like when you see it spinning really, really fast and it makes things lift off. And I was reaching out in consciousness to her and saying, sister, it's okay, we're with you, and feeling that connectiveness of being with that young teenage girl in a denim jacket, very much in our time, but not in the now moment, in the future. And if you, like me, don't think of time as linear, their past, present, future converge, as to why I love physics, and I've been learning more and more about physics in the alignments that I've been doing. So December 14th is meant to be quite a significant date, and I've since found out and researched since that moment and that vision, around that time, that there's meant to be great shifts happening. Now, water to me always represents the symbolicness of that, is emotion, of things taking off. So that date feels like it's important, and the next 2-3 months, really significant to lots of people in the communities that I'm in the spiritual, what you want to call spiritual world, new age world, meditation, higher states of consciousness, higher states of being, people that want to see and have a better world. Now, whatever your views are, whether you are resonating with what I'm saying right now, or thinking, God, that sounds a bit crazy, Tracer, it's a little bit, conspiracy theory, don't get that. But that's cool for you to have it. Or maybe you're not even viewing these, in which case it doesn't matter, because you probably wouldn't be watching them. That time feels like it's getting closer, and this feeling of a dawning of Aquarius, as we talk about, it's spoken about the age of love, coming fresh out of the 1010 global meditation that I was in and did for my page. I'm very much in that. I want to see that world, and to create that, and believe that that is a possibility. Now, maybe you might call me a dreamer, but I believe that coming together with that intention and change, that sometimes, and I'm going to go back to the theme of October and the balancing, that to change things, we need to see a better light. We need to have things, might have little, I might remind you of that in the darkness, that light shines the brightest. That when I am live, before you start to timper-tapper into your little footsie with everyone watching. So you leave, please. I have a little, I'm serious. Looking at me. Close the door. Thank you. Should be in bed, the little monkey. It's Saturday night, it's late, it's 11 and they're still up. But I know, I understand, because I feel that energy today as well. Being that it's October, and I'm not, normally I would re-record this about 3-4 times, but I'm not. I feel like I need to be completely authentic with you guys. Today was the day, I've done lots of sharing. I've recorded for Mental Health Day, World Health Organization, my story with my mum with depression, and with talking about the self-harm and where I've come from and how far I feel I've come, and the changes and the shifts in my own life that I hope to share with people in my journey, both written and in the video blogs that I share, and in the workshops and in the speaking events this month as well. If you're part of the Wellness Hub, I will be speaking regarding intuition and listening when we connect to our creative self, listening to that part, that spark. And I'm sure majority of you have had a moment where you followed your intuition, your gut feeling, your solar plexus, the plexus of the sacrum, but the plexus is the stomach, the gut, and you just knew something, that inner knowing that with practice you can too become more and more in tune with. So as I was saying, that sometimes that means that we need to shine a light on areas in our life that aren't working, and that's when we have those kensho moments, as the Japanese call them. I'm more about sharing the sancho moments, which is a gentle awakening of our being and our understanding and our consciousness. You may not even be thinking about that, but it may be that certain things that are triggering in your life, which globally is going on, it may be that you are watching newsreels and stuff that makes you don't feel so good, and that is a choice. To choose to vibration is the way I see it, but to choose to have a life of feeling where you pick what you want to feel. And you might think, no, I can't pick, my feelings are just my feelings, but they're not, they're separate. You are you, and that's what meditation shows us. And more and more, it doesn't matter whether you agree with me or not, we will each have our own journeys to live, but I feel more and more in tune with mine, and I wish you well in yours, whatever your thoughts and feelings and beliefs are. But I think over the next couple of months that will bring to us, where our focus is, different experiences. So please don't think that I am being callous when I'm being positive and that I'm not aware, or I have got my head in the clouds and not understanding what's happening in the world. I understand on a level that you may not even really comprehend. I see from a point of, say, 360 degrees, not just changing from this point to that. But I also see that my focus can have an impact on those around me and send ripples of change. And I hope to do that with the people, my friends and family on my list. For however you are on this list or come to be viewing this video, I'm assuming it's because you are on my page, or you are following me, or your friends or colleagues. I wish you well in your life. And I ask you to question yourself. What is it that you love? And what is it that you want to do in this life? Who is it that you want to be? How do you want to be? And this month is the time for balancing and resetting. And if stuff comes up that's challenging, as I've said, and I am tired, so I'm probably repeating myself. You probably won't get this video for a few days now as well, but I wanted to record it in my message this month, as our challenge is to connect with yourself, connect more with others, but to listen, to continue from last month's challenge with listening, and listening to not just do your own thoughts and internal dialogue that comes up when you're maybe thinking, oh, I look fat in that dress, or I look, it used to be those days, or oh, I'm not feeling too good. That's just a thought. That's not you. That's not what is. That is a choice. You can reframe that and choose again. And hear also the dialogues of, oh, but she doesn't understand, and she's of the others. So when I say connect with the higher part of you, your most authentic self, in how we deal with our interactions with people, even if it's that smiling at the stranger, with it being health day today, was on my brain, mental health day today. I know myself from when I was in those spaces, the people that made a difference weren't necessarily the loved ones around us, although we can, and they did as well. But it was the silent smiles from a stranger on a day when you're feeling crappy. When a mum maybe in the queue says, oh, you look really good today, have you cut your hair? Or you, it's to make you feel those little things. Not that I'm saying that we need to be reliant on those external things, but it's research shows it helps us to be connected to others, till we start to see those things ourselves and reflecting inward, outwardly, that joy, that light that is in us. You are enough. You are loved. You are this divine, magnificent being, whether you believe it or not. You are pure love, and you can be. And in the moments you are not, you are creating a movement and change. And let me see if those, to share these words from Matisse, I think profound this today, if I can, because I've made loads of notes since. Yeah, the patterns in our stories we were discussing, and the grid, the matrix and the grid. The matrix that is our world, our universe, that is all the patterns which are us and our stories and our dialogues, our energy that push you forward, different goals and objectives. The will, the network, is the one holding the energy we call love, or you may call God, you may call it universe, whatever we choose to call it. The grid, the divine part of our universe that pushes. And if you think of it as a computer, if you think of it as the internet that we upload our intentions into, and the more intentions that are on there, they get the more views, they get the more, that's the frequency. So they get that airtime. And that might be right now, with the world the way it is, the fear, the conspiracy theories, the power, people in power not caring, whatever it is that's being uploaded and talked about in the media, in the news. And I'm not saying it's not true, because it is truth for that part of the population. But I'm asking, let's change. We've put that in there. We've changed that. We've encoded that into our uploads, into the consciousness, into the computer, the internet. And we can change that by uploading love, by uploading gratitude and different stories, and have a different story for our families and our friends and our humanities. And it starts with you, it starts with us, it starts with everyone that takes that step. First in believing that we can, but even if it's just the little steps, like believing in yourself, looking in the mirror and looking in your eyes and knowing that you are enough. And it doesn't matter what anyone else says, or however your day's been. As I say to the kids, we do this tapping and we EFT, whether you've had a good day or a bad day, it's time to let it go, that we do before going off to sleep. Let it go and just be in this moment. Don't bring the bad day home with you from work and keep going on. And yeah, you feel like you need to tell everyone that you've had a crappy day. Be aware that when you do that, you're creating that same pattern. Just a pattern. It's in your being and it's there. Us humans need our patterns. They create, we need to take stuff and put them into categories, and that's what our brain does to understand our world around us. But we can change things, and it's really that simple. So next month I have a gratitude and sketchbook workshop happening. I invite you to come along. It will be really, really fun to show you how to be creative and get out of the head and into the heart, and also bringing that gratitude in. So around for Thanksgiving, it's something that once you've bought, you can, for the moment, for all the time it's airing, you'll have that to watch. So it's something you can do over Thanksgiving. As the nights are drawing in, I was trying to think of things and time that you can create with your family and with your children, and utilize that time to do fun stuff that I love doing too, and share that with you. So that's happening. I am taking bookings for readings, and I am taking bookings for any Christmas orders for artwork, as I want time to be able to do that and instill that loving energy into, and the vibration, not the rush to get it done, mass produced. It's got to be done with love. So if you want something done for your home, for your family, for your loved one, bookings will be open until the end of this next month, so that they can be posted out, especially if there's any for Oz, for the length of time to get, and for posting. I know it's my daughter's birthday coming up in November, and to say to her, we can't have a party on your birthday, darling, because of lockdown. I think the country's going back into lockdown. It's hard when I'm saying to you to be positive and look at the positives. On the bright side, when we do book places, there's not normally a queue, and it's actually a lot less busy. People are taking steps, people are caring more about each other, whether you're into the mask wearing or not, whether you're seeing all the power plays that are coming, and that needs to be in my notes. I've put them to share with you with everything that I wrote down for this month. I think it's it. Not sure where they are. But I think I've said everything. I'm going to leave it with that, and I will leave you with my love, my blessings. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a card. That's there. And there, I've just remembered where my soul book is. In all of my, I told you there's lots. Where my notes were. But I don't think they're there either. Cards, there we go. I was going to pull an angel card for you. As promised last month, I say thank you to Emily, who was on my list, and who I randomly picked someone on the list and did a reading, and I thought it'd be nice to do that again this month. But I will just be reading you from the book for the angel cards, because I can never pronounce half of the angel names. I suppose I could do one of my readings for this. It's just so we ask for a message in calling in our guides and our angels, and for the good of all listening and viewing. Is there a message that you wish us to know that will be relevant right now? the light. The numbers. I find this ironic. Golden Shadow, Hound of Heaven. The card of faithfulness, loyalty and self-reflection. Well, this month's definitely about self-reflection. Links to Hariel, Lapiel, Arand and Sethphon, and I'm probably pronouncing those names wrong. Forgive me. Rose gold shadow hounds of heaven bring unconditional love, loyalty and fidelity of heart and soul, supporting you until you find your true heart's desire, the one that leads into fulfilling your soul purpose. For she is the heavenly shadow of your heart and soul, synchronized. Through your times of doubt and uncertainties, Shadow Hound follows you to comfort and encourage you. She is unquestioningly and faithful, bringing a loving golden heart to beat as one with yours, blending tears and sadness or happiness with you, sharing your triumphs or defeats. You need never be alone if you wish her company. Her loyalty mission is to follow you down the years until you achieve your true heart's desire. She is your heavenly ember, demonstrating the power of absolute trust, acceptance and surrender, considering what she reflects back to you. This is your guide to what you must either embrace or release in yourself to follow the way of love and light. Even beyond this lifetime, Shadow Hound can accompany you down the labyrinth path of eternity as the clouds dissolve and the vows lift from your spirit. She rejoices as you become an illuminated being of light whose consciousness merges with all. How beautiful. I love these. These are the Heart and Soul Angel cards. I switched when I stopped doing my fortune cards a while back when I believed in more manifesting. This month I'm doing a reading night and I'm opening up to readings again as I see them more as a tool to connect to our soul self now. So happy to do that for you in one-to-one full readings virtually. You don't have to be here present with me, as there is no time and space. Yeah, we can be together right now. I'm sending that to you. And I'm well aware how long this video is that you probably won't be watching it this month, if ever, she says in her own doubts and self-confidence. But thank you if you stayed this long to view. I did want to talk a little bit about the astrology, but I haven't. I'm next to read on my notes in my book. As we've got 10:10. So the meditation Mondays will be later this Monday, the 12th, as I will be attending network walking. So on my walk back somewhere out in nature, but I wanted to come live when I get back here, so that will be at lunchtime. So we will be on day 21 tomorrow. We have 5 in retrograde on Tuesday. So Mars is at its closest approach to the Earth, and for the Tuesday and Wednesday, the Mercury moves direct, and we've had lots of retrogrades. So we've still got 5 in retrograde. That means that it looks like it's going backwards. And I'm going to be sharing with you in the newsletter the video from HeartMath that talks about how the science of our world, how the solar flares and the cosmos affects us with the EEGs, readings and research. An ECG is when you've got little electrodes measuring your brainwave activity, and an EEG, electromagnetism, it it's the waves and the field that is around you. They now, in science, it's not just the spiritual people that say we've got a toric field. Science says we do too. And in connection, as I've become an emissary of the HeartMath and the Global Coherence Initiative, I want as many people to be coherent and in tune with their hearts, because it affects our world on an actual physical level. So I'll be sharing that with you also. The New Moon Workshop is on Thursday, so if you're watching this or viewing this in time, I'll put all these details. I just figured it's nice rather than a written form, and you know me being dyslexic, writing for me is, and the spelling, please forgive any errors or grammatical errors in your email. This is why I do vlogs. So that will be available from the 15th, and you'll be able to purchase or view that. This month and this new moon, flexibility is a theme, and it comes up actually in my balance and flexibility accountability group as well. So but to be fluid, to allow yourself to be more flexible. I'm trying myself now to just kind of navigate, be like water, that Aquarian feeling, be more fluid. When things happen that would normally derail you, just give yourself some time and think, okay, I remember what Tracer said. I'm going to chill. I'm going to do this. Okay, I can't do that right now. I'm just going to go do this. Or just be a little bit more flexible with yourself. If you are feeling lack of energy, like I'm up, it's 11, it's nearly midnight now. I've got energy right now with the meditations, with it being a power day. I'm doing what I can, and then tomorrow I might need to sleep, to rest. This morning I needed to rest. Honor your body's cycles. It might be different for you at different times of the month, as it is for me. Normally just before the new moon or the full moon, I feel that I need to take the time out, and it's like walking through treacle energetically, and has been for the last few days now. I'm on a roll and feeling back on form. I will be hopefully, yeah. So I think I have a meditation planned for you. I'll have to double check on the 20th as well, because we've got some other powerful alignments. If you wish to join me for a global meditation, I should do that either on IGTV or on YouTube, or both. I'm trying to stream multiple streaming. I'm getting better at that. And so the dates that you have, Unity. I'm speaking on the 23rd, Friday the 23rd, in the Wellness Hub, and you can join that group that's based in Folkestone. A really lovely company and some amazing ladies and network that I've been lucky enough to be part of and joined. I can feel the energy now after I've done so much, and holding that energy in the group meditation makes me feel quite tired now. But I thought Halloween is again on the 31st, so I have my Salmain workshop on the 30th, which is the Friday. That evening I shall do that, or early Saturday morning it'll go out, so it depends on the recording time, possibly before my alignments, depending on that day, because of the children, and I know that we won't have the trick-or-treaters, so I shall have some bits in there for you. So thank you for being here this long. Thank you for your time, for following me, for being on our in my group. May I bring you joy, may I bring you clarity, may I bring you peace. May we all, the same, one and all, have that love and blessings, and knowing in the universe that all is truly well, regardless of what's happening out there. Focus on in here.